My name is Jordan Pearson. I'm from Torbay in Devon. I've been a youth worker, I've been a support worker, and I've even ran my own community centre. And throughout those journeys, I've met so many ordinarily kind people that don't get the recognition that they deserve. So this is my attempt to recognise them. I think kindness is within all of us. It costs nothing to be kind, but it probably means the most. We're looking for kind people that are passionate about what they do and really trying to make a huge difference in their community. These people are the backbone of our society, giving one thing that you can't get more of: their time. In this series, my friend Rach from Part-Time Working Mummy joins me as we travel up and down the country in our search for ordinary kindness. In this episode, we find ourselves in the north of the UK in Blacon, Chester, where Rach and I made a visit to a place called Rage Fitness, a community gym with its sole purpose to improve people's lives. It's not just the physical side of things, but also psychological well-being and community cohesion. We sat down with the founder Craig to talk more about his unique approach.
Way back when, I come from Anfield in Liverpool. It's a lovely part of the world. High deprivation, gang culture riddled throughout the city, not just in Anfield. From an economic perspective, there's not much opportunity in the city back then. So my family worked, so my mum and dad, worked 2 or 3 jobs, and still to a degree struggled putting food on the table, and we didn't have the luxury to go and do outdoor activities. They did the best they could, we went to parks and stuff like that, but it was a struggle to, one, provide food, heating to a degree. So we come from a low economic family. So I think from an early age that's fueled me to do as much as I can do for now my son and my family.
And where were you at when you came up with the idea of Rage Fitness? Like, what were you doing when you thought this needs to happen, this is missing in our community?
So I was actually working as a business development manager for a hotel company, and I loved it. And it was quite a high stressful job, but I got paid decently well in the grand scheme of things. We was doing quite well. And it come to a point where I was doing 2 or 3 fitness classes in this building, and I was either thinking, this is going to be the rest of my life, working as a salesperson, trying to sell spa packages or wedding packages or hotel rooms day in, day out, and most people don't want to do that. Or I'm going to try and make Rage Fitness a service for good. And then back then we was nothing like it was now, so it was quite a scary prospect. And Charlotte, bless her soul, I guess she believed in me to create something. So from a let's say monetary perspective, she paid the bills, she got the food, she paid me phone bill. She did a lot of good stuff that not many people will be willing to risk the livelihood. I guess we didn't go out for meals and stuff like that. So she believed in me, and I think it's kind of paid off. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but so far so good.
Can you talk me through what that first session was like? That first
fitness class?
Yeah, the first ever one. How did you feel? Like, what was the first?
So, one, I was overweight because I wasn't training, because I was working extremely long hours, probably 80, 90 hours a week, eating fast food all the time. So then for me to go, right, I'm going to do a fitness class in this building and instruct the fitness class. I was quite anxious and nervous because spotlight would be on me, and at the end of it, it was like, this felt amazing to do it again, because I took so much time out of fitness just to get caught up in work life. I didn't do fitness for like 5 or 6 years. So to do it again, it felt good at the end, but at the start, poo and me knickers.
It must have been quite like a proud moment when people walk through and attended, because you just never know, do you? Put something out there and you don't know what's
again, if you look back on the social media, it's what it's like now to what it was like then. Oh, it makes me feel a bit sick. Because it's all like terrible stuff that I put on. Get fit now type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like really cheesy American stuff. Oh. But now it's quite genuine and it's quite real, and it comes from myself. All the social media stuff, but back then I wasn't too sure what demographic who's going to get in. So yes, we got 2 people in and we charge £3 per session. So it's very low because I don't think you should charge the world to be healthy. But then we've hired a room for £7. So we lost £1. So I was like, that's not good. I was hoping to make a couple of quid, do you know what I mean? But we never. But at the end of it, it felt fabulous to do. And then after a couple of months, we got a few more people to come in.
So what made you pick your trainers?
How I approach Katie and Sam and Jodie and Danielle and Charlotte and Holly. There's lots of them now, but all mostly women, which is a good sign. Sorry, Charlotte. They just have something about them, and they care more for others than themselves, I believe. They're all from the community, so I approach them and say, do you want to get a qualification in fitness and help your community even further, and help yourself to learn a bit more? And everyone likes to develop. So with Katie, she came in, she did two or three fitness classes, then she won a personal training. If you've ever done personal training with anyone, you get to know someone very quickly, very well. After the PT session, what's your ambition in life, what you're trying to achieve? And she spoke about the kids, which any mum would do. And I said, what about helping thousands of kids, not just your own? She's like, what do you mean? So then I started speaking about all these stuff that we do with children and then adults. And I said, do you want to come work for me? And she said no. At first, I was like, that backfired a little bit.
As you can see, Katie eventually said yes. But why did she change her mind?
I wasn't a confident person to go back to school. So I left it. And he kept saying to me, you can do it, I know you can. And then I went home, spoke to my husband, and we had a little chat. And then Craig kept saying, you can do it, I know you can. And he believed in me. Like, not many people had before, not many people had come across to believe in me as much as what Craig did. So yeah, I said yes. And I went to college for 7 days intense course. And I did it, I passed. It was hard, it wasn't easy. But yeah, it was fab. I enjoyed myself so much. I made new friends with new people, and they helped me out as well, so that was really good.
That journey from where you did the education programme, Craig said, you should do the education programme. Did you ever think that you would be doing this at that point? Or was it, I'll give it a go? Or was it like, actually, I think this is what I want to do?
I think when I went to college and when I was there, I thought, this is my time. Yeah, I'm going to do this. And even if it takes a little bit more, I will do this. Things in my own life has changed. I've started driving, which I never thought I would do. Things for me that'll make my life easier with my children and give us more out of life.
What sort of advice would you give to somebody that walks through that door, just like you did that first time?
I would say, trust yourself. Come in by yourself. You don't have to rely on anyone. We're here to support you 100%. Just come in, see us, and you'll get the buzz. Craig gave me that boost to say, do you know what? You're not that just one person sitting at home being a mum. You are you, and you can be more if you put more in. And Ed says every day's a learning day, and that is something he says every day. So we say that every day's a learning day, and we keep learning every day.
Rage has also got a place where you can unwind and have a coffee. But Craig hopes it will achieve much more than that.
So, calm coffee came to my mind. It's because I did a male suicide awareness campaign last year, which basically was called Mission 84. Mission 84 because 84 men decided to take their own lives every week in the UK. Horrible statistic. And I cycled 4,000 kilometres over 84 days to raise awareness. And I did some drastic training to get people talking about it and all the rest of it. So I walked up Snowdon on one of the hottest days of the year with a gas mask on. I cycled outside in the sunshine in a spin bike in a sauna suit with a gas mask on. And people were like, what's he doing? It was all about raising awareness for male suicide. During the trainer phase and a little bit overlap into me actually doing the miles on the bike. People came into the building and was asking for me on the front desk, and they were clearly in crisis and clearly needing some intervention of some sort. Some attempted to take their own life that day, and then some people were thinking about it quite drastically. So they come in, it's like, "Can I speak to Craig?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's in the back, I'll go and get him." So I came out to the front and we were speaking on the front desk, and you can see how busy it is, especially in busy times when it gets going. And they started breaking down on the front desk. I'm like, this isn't really the space to be having these conversations. So I said, right, I'm going to build somewhere to talk and feel safe. And then women came as well, which was fantastic. So they had support. It's not fantastic to do it in crisis. But yeah, around 80 people came in and spoke to us about it. And I'm not a clinician, I'm not a counsellor, I've got no specific training, but over the years I'm mentoring people and supporting people.
It's just a voice, isn't it? And a lot of the time people don't want to speak to someone with all of the letters after their names because it's scary.
Definitely.
I think people like speaking to people that have been through it.
Somebody that will listen.
I think people like as you say, they don't need to go and speak to a professional. They need people who've kind of been through some of the stuff that they're going through, and you feel trusted straight away with that, which is fab, to be fair.
You can't help but love Craig. But our goal with all these films is to dig a little bit deeper and find out why he truly is kind.
This is obviously largely people come here for physical activity, but there's so much more than that here, especially a huge focus on mental health. Why did you decide to do that and not just do a basic gym?
When I came out of a job in 2009, 2010, fantastic career, fantastic job. And I went and worked as a window cleaner. I've told the story thousands of times, but I like to get this message across. So you're going from a job that you feel fantastic in to a job that you earn £25 a week in, and you're a window cleaner. You know, your mates snigger at you and you're like, you're working as a window cleaner. And I developed a cocaine addiction and smoking loads, drinking probably every day. And I did that for 2.5 years, consistently. And obviously if you're earning £25 a day, you haven't got enough to fuel that, so you get into all sorts of predicaments. So through that negative experience, it kind of created a positive experience. When I did my level 2 health and fitness qualification, realised it's much more than just your physical body. Then I did level 3, level 4, level 5, and loads of other qualifications. And as I went through that, I got better, physically and mentally. I think being away from fitness for so long, all the things that I felt back then, I seen in people coming into the building in the early days when 4 or 5 people came to do the fitness class. So I thought, if I could help myself, what could I do for Becky? What could I do for Steve? And so on and so forth. And with doing that, builds huge amount of trust within local residents, and then they tell their friends and they tell their family. It's not just about physical fitness, it's all about how you feel from the mental perspective as well.
Could you just give us a little bit of insight into the future of this place? Obviously you've got the new Karma Cafe and everything that is going on. What's the future holding here for right now? I know you're looking at more. But
so hopefully the ambition is to, we've developed the space quite a lot inside here. Hopefully I can share pictures with you at some point to see what it was like. The ambition is to buy a bit more equipment to help sustain the goals of everybody that comes in. Then Calm Coffee opens hopefully in the next month, which will be fab. A lot of fantastic events in there, such as art therapy, networking events around family therapy, so you don't have to wait 6 months to go and see a therapist for the GP. We're doing monthly events around education and mental health, and then that's in the here and now, and that's 6 months, let's say, for example. And then beyond that is to develop the space in the other rooms so we can help more people, because as you can see, there's not a great deal of people in here, but it feels quite overpowering to a degree. So if we build the other space as well on the other side, which we hope to do, we're helping double the amount of people that we're helping now.
I always say that to people that when you're doing community work, there's nothing like the feeling of helping someone.
100%.
And is there sort of a scenario, a situation that you're happy to obviously speak about and share, that you walked away, closed the door, and you were like, wow, I feel good today?
So many, I guess, without sounding too big-headed. Yeah. But again, take it back to childhood from a food point of view. People see food as normal thing. And a lot of kids these days sounded old now, don't they? But they don't see it as a luxury. But for me, I see it as a luxury. At Charlotte, I love going out to eat food because that's my go-to. I think last year we gave away 3,000 meals to families in need out of profits from Rage Fitness Company's membership. And when we did that over the year, it wasn't 3,000 meals in one go. And then we tallied it all up, and it's like 3,000 meals. That's quite a lot of food in the grand scheme of things. So that's like the biggest thing that comes to my mind to a degree. And as you say, thinking of a wellbeing centre / gym, not many organisations do that. I think they do because they feel like they need to do it, but actually want to do it. And I actually want to help as many people as I can from a poverty perspective.
Rage Fitness clearly isn't any old gym. Craig and his team have made a safe space for where people of all walks of life can come in and get physically and mentally stronger. To find out more, go to ordinarykindness.co.uk, or to donate, go to our Just Giving page and search Ordinary Kindness.
Why is it called Rage?
I wish, Alan. It's called Rage for no particular reason. Charlotte said to me, that will never work. And it's the only time she's ever been wrong. So I keep telling the story.